Well, if you got up to hear the Golden Globe nominations announcements this morning, you were in for quite a surprise. So was I. There was no announcement. For the first year, the Golden Globe Awards did not present their nominations live, so I sat there waiting and waiting and waiting, and what I had planned for my morning announcement didn't happen. But the morning wasn't without lots of surprises. I've just been reading a lot of the reactions to the Golden Globe nominations, and they're not good. I'll get to the main nominations in a second, but first, as you know, the Golden Globes are a little bit different than the other awards. They separate drama, and they also have a comedy musical category. Now, that comedy musical category is usually every year a little hard to predict, but this year, the Hollywood Foreign Press, it's made up of about less than 100 people who decide the nominations. They're press from international. They're not the United States press. So, and in years past, we've definitely seen a lot of stars, like movie stars. They don't really nominate those people as far as performances on the comedy side. But this year, they definitely went far beyond what anyone could ever imagine. They nominated movies like Alice in Wonderland, Burlesque, Red, and The Tourist, which just came out last weekend, to horrible reviews. They also nominated movies like Love and Other Drugs, which got bad reviews, Casino Jack, Kevin Spacey's new movie, which isn't even playing in most cities yet. But going back to The Tourist, they nominated Johnny Depp for Best Actor in a Comedy, Angelina Jolie for Best Actress in a Comedy. Now, The Tourist received only 20% reviews, positive. I don't know if you're familiar with Rotten Tomatoes, but Rotten Tomatoes tracks what critics give a movie that comes out. Obviously, 100 being the best, and most movies that end up getting nominated for something will be in the 70% to 90% range. But just to look at some of the Golden Globe nominees that they nominated and what their overall percent was, The Tourist, which also got a Best Picture Comedy nomination, only got 20% on Rotten Tomatoes. Burlesque, 37%. Love and Other Drugs, 44%, Alice in Wonderland, 51%. So all of those movies that the Golden Globes nominated got negative, poor quality reviews from the majority of critics. The interesting thing is that you're likely to see many of these same nominees at the Golden Globes at the Razzie Awards, which are the awards that are given to the worst movies of the year. Another thing worth mentioning is that the Golden Globes nominated Johnny Depp twice for Alice in Wonderland and The Tourist in Best Actor Comedy. They also nominated Jake Gyllenhaal for Love and Other Drugs. So I briefly, after the nominations announcement, went down and came up with some possible suggestions at why the Golden Globes picked some of these movies. I mean, clearly there's other movies and better performances to have been nominated, but obviously the reason they nominated Johnny Depp twice was because he is one of the most followed and biggest movie stars out there today, with Pirates of the Caribbean coming out next year, so it's a perfect platform when the Golden Globes happen in January for him to talk about the new movie. Obviously people will tune in just to see Johnny Depp. Kevin Spacey, a nomination. I haven't seen this movie yet, I don't think a lot of people have, but the director just died last month, so I mean, that could be another reason that they nominated him, and obviously Kevin Spacey's a huge star. They nominated Halle Berry in Best Actress Drama. Now, this movie's getting no buzz. Many of the critics haven't seen it yet. It's hard to judge a movie that I haven't seen, but at the same time, again, Halle Berry is one of those figures. She's one of those movie stars. So, I mean, it's kind of an eye roller that she's in there when they could have nominated, again, other actresses who might have been more deserving that have shown up at these other awards. Jake Gyllenhaal getting nominated for Love and Other Drugs. No one has been talking about his performance. I mean, there's been nothing. But because he's recently been in the tabloids for dating Taylor Swift, maybe the Golden Globes are hoping that by nominating him, he will make his first public appearance with Taylor Swift at the Golden Globes. They nominated Mila Kunis over Barbara Hershey for Black Swan. Everyone's been talking about Barbara Hershey's performance. She's likely going to get a SAG nomination on Thursday, an Oscar nomination, but yet here, she's overlooked, ignored, and Mila Kunis, the younger, prettier supporting actress for Black Swan, is nominated. Michael Douglas got nominated for Wall Street 2, another movie that no one talked about, didn't do well at the box office, got pretty negative reviews, and again, Michael Douglas is all over the tabloids and in People magazine because of his battle with cancer. So again, they're nominating people who it seems to be that will bring them viewers. I read some of the comments from a lot of the users after the Golden Globes were nominated. Some people were calling the nomination stupid. They called it, they say it's unfathomable, some of the nominations in the comedy category, that the Golden Globes have reached an all-time low. Some people even call the Golden Globes some things I'm not going to repeat. But there were some surprises in the Golden Globe nominations. They embraced The Fighter in the drama category a lot more than I think a lot of people expected. 127 Hours has been very critically acclaimed and has done very well across the awards board, and it was virtually ignored except for James Franco and a screenplay nomination. Interestingly enough, True Grit got 0 nominations at the Golden Globes. Other surprises were that Ryan Gosling and Michelle Williams both got nominations for Blue Valentine. The King's Speech got the most nominations with 7 in Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Director, Best Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actress. I mean, and the typical ones were there on the drama side. Black Swan was there, Social Network, of course. Inception did get a Best Picture nomination in the drama category, as well as Director, but they ignored Marion Cotillard, who most people thought would get a Supporting Actress nomination. They did include both Amy Adams for The Fighter and Melissa Leo for The Fighter, Leo has obviously been winning a lot of the Critics Awards. So I think it's going to be interesting because with some of these nominations, especially in the comedy category, like for Best Picture Comedy, it's Alice in Wonderland, Burlesque, The Kids Are Alright, Red, and The Tourist. Now clearly, The Kids Are Alright is going to win that award because it's the only one in there that has good reviews and that's going to end up at the Oscars. So I mean, some of these categories, it's a no-brainer who's going to win those. The Golden Globes they happen at the end of January, and it's going to be interesting to follow this backlash against the Golden Globe nominations. I think it's very clear to say that after this, that the Golden Globes have lost all of their relevancy and as far as the awards are concerned. And I think we're going to have to look to the Screen Actors Guild Awards, which they announced on Thursday, to really get a better view of what's going to happen at the Oscars, because the Golden Globes is not going to give us that anymore. For Texas Art and Film, I'm Dustin Chase.